Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Jennifer's Tale, My Life as a Crossdresser. I, of course, am Jennifer. Thank you if you're watching this on YouTube. Thank you for watching this new episode. I hope you enjoy what you're about to see. I hope that you will do me a favor, right down here below my boobs, like and subscribe to my podcast channel. If you, like I said, if you're new, I hope you'll check out previous episodes. If you're a crossdresser or trans or a significant other of those categories, I think you'll enjoy my podcast. I think you'll get something out of it. I have a lot of episodes where I talk about my experiences, my thoughts, my feelings about being a crossdresser. And for those of you who are in the same boat as me, hopefully you'll feel like you're not alone and that there's somebody right there with you who has those same feelings. And maybe if you're a supporter or significant other, you'll kind of know how we think a little bit more. If you're listening to this on Spotify or iTunes, I hope you enjoy listening to this episode. If you're new, hi, welcome to my podcast. Please do me a favor, subscribe, of course, and check out previous episodes. All the spiel that I did above applies to audio podcasts as well. So let's get into this episode. This episode I've entitled A Cold Day in November. Now the reason I've entitled it that is because a lot of you girls out there are really interested in hearing more about my experiences and things that I've done, so let me share my experience of what happened today. Today, it's beginning of November. I had the day off today, so of course it's a Jen Day. I decided to kind of put off all my other stuff that I needed to get done, and I need to have a little bit of time for myself. So I got up this morning, and unfortunately last night it was raining. This morning it was raining, and so I kind of had to change my plans just a little bit. I was going to, dress up like I normally do and wear a nice dress or skirt or whatever. But with it being kind of chilly out, it's in the upper 50s, and with it being rainy, I decided to kind of go the opposite route and dress more casual. So I put on I got ready like I normally do. I took a shower, shaved everywhere I needed to shave, got my makeup on, and got dressed. I'm wearing some leggings with pantyhose underneath, some flats from the waist down, from the waist up. I'm wearing a tunic top with a plunging neckline, which you see here in the video. And I just went casual today. Sometimes, depending on the weather, if it's nice outside, then you can kind of dress however you want, or depending on where you're going. But on days when it's kind of cold and rainy, I almost had to wear a sweater today. Maybe I should have, but when I went outside, I actually didn't feel too bad other than the rain. So I just kind of dressed like this. But that also kind of, being dressed casual kind of changed what I decided to do for the day. So let me see if I can remember all the stuff I did today and kind of give you a rundown. The first thing I did today was I went to Target, just because I hadn't been there for a while. I was going to go to Barnes & Noble, and Target's right across the street. And I was like, I'm going to go to Target just to see if there's anything there I'm interested in, maybe a new outfit or something. Didn't have much money to shop with, but, if something catches my eye, if a girl sees something you like, buy it while you can, because chances are the next time you go back, it's going to be gone. So I went to Target and kind of wandered around. Nothing really of interest there. Didn't buy anything, just kind of quick in, quick out. And then I went over to Barnes & Noble across the street. I like going to Barnes & Noble, one, because I enjoy reading. I like seeing what books are available. I did find one when I was there that I'll probably go back and get just because I read the premise. It sounds rather intriguing. But I got there. The other thing about going to Barnes & Noble, which is nice, is they have big picture windows. So I usually park down kind of at the corner of the building. So that way when I walk into Barnes & Noble, I can see myself walk, and it just gives me a nice, good, happy, warm feeling that I'm out as Jennifer. I'm enjoying being the woman that I want to portray from time to time, and I'm loving what I'm doing. So I went into Barnes & Noble, and there was a gentleman standing at the door, kind of looked like he was waiting for somebody. He smiled at me nicely, and I saw him kind of glance and admire my look, which I smiled back at him. Turns out he was waiting apparently for his grandpa. I guess an older gentleman came up and they left. But I just kind of wandered around, looked, didn't really find anything. It was still early in the morning, so they weren't really very busy. So I got done with Barnes & Noble, and I was like, well, where should I go next? And then I decided, well, I should go to Walmart because it's just something to do. I'm dressing casual. I felt like I could do kind of casual things. So that's what I did. I went to Walmart. I've been going there off and on just because there's a particular, well, there's a few things I've been looking for, and it seems like every time I go there, they never seem to have what I'm looking for. Well, today I lucked out. I went to Walmart and I went to the makeup section because there's a concealer made by CoverGirl that I use and have been using ever since I started dressing. It's almost like a lipstick that you put on, but it does a really good job covering beard shadow. So I've been checking the Walmart for quite a few weeks now, and they never seem to have it in of any shade. Just because, and I thought to myself, maybe they're discontinuing it, heaven forbid. Maybe I'm gonna have to find something else. But I lucked out. They had it. It's CoverGirl CG Smoothers. They renamed it from what it was, but I used the 715 medium. I was so happy that they had it. I bought two. So that way I have one to use and I have one as a spare. That's one of the things I usually do with makeup. A lot of my makeup, I'll have two of things. So that way, if I run out, I have another one at the ready, just because you don't want to run out of makeup at the most inopportune time. If you're having a girl day and you've gone to all the work of getting ready, and as you're doing your makeup, all of a sudden, or you get to the end of something, that just ruins the whole day and you've missed out on that opportunity and it's horrible. So I thought, yay, I found the concealer that I've been waiting for. Let me see if they have other stuff that I'm looking for. One of the other things is I needed some new pantyhose. I haven't had the pantyhose I have. I've kind of run through them, and you have pantyhose and you wash them and reuse them, but eventually the stretchiness kind of wears out, or you might get a snag or a run in them. So I went looking, and they had pantyhose in my size, Queen Plus, Sun Beige, which is kind of like suntan. It worked for me. This is Silk and Mist. They don't call them pantyhose anymore. They call them sheer tights, silky sheer leg. I haven't used Silk and Mist for quite some time. I know that they are very sheer. Of the kind of the name brand pantyhose that I've ever used, Silk and Mist are probably the sheerest that you'll find out there. And I got two pairs in this box, so I'm good to go for the next few times when I get dressed up. And so I was on a roll. I was like, I'm 2 for 2. And then I was like, there's one more thing I'm looking for. Let me see what they got. I needed a new bra. Now I have a couple bras, and if you're like me, you probably don't have much in way of a wardrobe. I have a few bras that I use, but I always could use something new. And I wanted a black one. Lately I've been sticking more to like the beige colored ones, but I wanted a black one to go with a lot of the black outfits that I wear. So I went to the lingerie section of Walmart. It's not as impressive as Victoria's Secret, but I'm a bigger girl and I was at the Walmart, so you got to do what you got to do. And digging around, I lucked out. I found one that is in my size, 42 double D, and it has the nice lacy cups. I thought was really nice. It has kind of a little lace up here on the top of the bra cup, which I enjoyed, I liked, and I can't wait to try this on and to wear it the next time I go out. So at Walmart, I was 3 for 3. I went to the self-checkouts and checked out. One of the things I enjoy doing when you go to a store and you go to check out the self-checkouts, they usually have the little camera up above, so when you're checking out, you can see yourself. And for me, it's always a treat to see myself in that little camera, because I know, hey, I'm here, I'm out, I'm being Jennifer, I'm enjoying myself. This is what makes life worth living. So I got done at Walmart, and then I was like, well, what am I going to do next? So across the street, there's a place called Savers. It's kind of like the Goodwill. It's a secondhand store. And I was like, I haven't been in there for a while. Let me go over there and see if there's anything. Once again, dressed up in sexy soccer mom mode. This is the look that pretty much any woman that goes into a Goodwill is going to be looking like. So I went into the Savers and started looking around, shuffling through racks and stuff, and nobody really batted an eye. I had a couple of people, look at me as I passed them in aisles and just smile. Smiling goes a long way, and one of the things I want to tell you girls out there, for those of you who may be nervous about buying women's clothes, whether it be going to a Walmart or Target or Lane Bryant or Maurice's, or even going to like a Goodwill or Savers or something like that, there's plenty of, nobody's really going to bat an eye if you're shopping for women's clothes. Maybe you're buying something for your girlfriend or your wife. Who knows? In fact, at Savers, there were a couple guys that were shopping in the women's section, and nobody was paying any attention to them. So if you can get up the nerve or the courage to get yourself to go and shop in the women's area as a guy, do it. Don't worry about what other people think. So anyway, back to my topic. I was shopping around at Savers, looking through the racks, and I actually found a nice, cute little top, similar to the blue and white one that I like to wear that crosses over my boobs. And but this one is like a purple color, and it was only $5, plus they were having a sale, 25% off today, so I got it for like $3. So I ended up buying that. Then I went to a used bookstore that I like to go to, just because, one, I like seeing what they have, if there's anything new I could use, and two, their restroom has the best lighting for taking selfies of any women's restroom. Actually, it's a universal restroom, but if any restroom in my area, I love going there and taking pictures of myself. And if you go to my Facebook page and do a little looking, you'll see me wearing this top and some black leggings at the bookstore. So went to the bookstore. After that, I was like, I'm gonna go get myself a cup of coffee, and I went to the local coffee shop that I go to and went inside, because I don't like going through the drive-thru. I want to be able to enjoy being Jennifer, and every time I go there, they are always nice and welcoming. Today, not quite so much as they normally do. The girl that rung me up was, but then I just kind of standing there. There was a gentleman waiting for his coffee, and he got his coffee and he went to use creamer. They didn't have any liquid creamer out, and so he was like, am I missing the creamer? And I was like, I don't see any. So he was actually kind of talking to me a little bit, and he was talking about how he should hang out at the coffee shop just to hear the girls talk, because they're very entertaining to listen to. So it was nice having just a little 30-second interaction with somebody. But I got my coffee, got done there, and I was like, well, where should I go next? And I decided to come back to my town, and because I was the next town over, and go to the local mall. The reason I was going to go there is because there's a store there where I know the owner. I thought about going there just as myself and seeing what he would say, if he would recognize me or not. But with it being just after Halloween, but I did go to the mall. I went inside. I walked past his store, and he was the only one there. So I chickened out. I chickened out mainly because if there was other people there he was talking to, then I thought I would sneak in and just kind of look around. But with me being the only one there, I didn't want to draw too much attention myself. He would be the only one talking to me. And if he realized who I was, he's not somebody that I've come out to one-on-one, and I don't want any problems or hassle about that. So I just kind of continued on past his store, wandered back through the mall and looped back out, and that was it. Now, that being said, right across the street is a retail establishment, or a company that has a retail store, the company I used to work for. Now, the store I didn't actually work at, but the store manager there is somebody who I have worked with and somebody that I know. And a week ago, I was going to go to this store. It is a hobby and craft store. And I was going to go there and just go in the day before Halloween and just see if he happened to see me, if I got kind of a look or anything. I figured if I got a look from him and he recognized me and maybe called me by my male name, then I could just say I was dressed as this for Halloween and leave it at that. But today I was like, you know what, Jennifer, put on your big girl panties, go into this store, there's some stuff you want to get. I needed a couple of jewelry items. So it's like, I'm going to go in there and do it. You know, if he sees me, fine. I'll try not to make direct eye contact or whatever. And I'm going to go in and get my stuff. So I went across the street and the parking lot was really full. I think now that November hit and people are starting to get more or in the Christmas spirit, a lot of people are there buying their Christmas decor. So anyway, I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go in. The odds of him seeing me, probably not that much. You know, let's just go. I can get my items and be done. So I got out of my car, walk into the store, and as I'm walking in, first thing I see coming down the main aisle, my friend, the store manager. He looks like he's on a mission because he's walking rather fast. And so I just started walking right towards him. There was some stuff kind of in the middle of the aisle. He kind of went to one side, I went to the other side. Just before I got to him, he kind of glanced at me, I think, for a second. He might have taken a look at the beautiful woman that he saw, but he seemed to be on a mission, so that was as far as it went. He passed me, I passed him, and nothing. So I went to the back of the store, to the jewelry department, the aisle where I was looking for stuff. There was a couple of other ladies there looking for things as well. One of them excused herself as she kind of went past me. I was able to look around, find the 2 items I wanted, and then I went up to the checkouts. Well, they only had like 5 registers open, and there was lines at most of them, except for the first 2 registers. There was only a couple people in line at each one. So I got in line at the register and just kind of stood there with my item, just kind of looking around. And there was a lady in front of me with a few items. She was setting them on at the register, and the lady ahead of her was just kind of finishing up. And I wasn't paying attention to the register beside me where the other girl was working, but she was ringing people up rather quick. So I'm standing there, and as the lady ahead of me gets done and walks off, the girl beside me, the cashier, looks at me and she goes, well, I can help you over here. Well, at the same time she was saying that, the people behind me had gone around the corner to be waited on at her register. And they had several items. They had a shopping cart. I just had 2 little items. And the lady over there, I was like, looks like they beat me to it. Well, the lady and her husband that were there, she looks at me and she goes, oh no, you can let that lady go ahead of us. And I was like, I looked at her and was like, oh, thank you. And so I hurried around the corner and she smiled real big. I smiled real big. The cashier was very friendly. Best of all, my jewelry stuff was on sale for half off. So it only cost me like $3. I thanked them once again. Told everybody have a wonderful day and out of the store. So that was a really good experience. Kind of the way to finish off my day, because once I got done with that, I decided, well, it's time to come back home and do some stuff around here and record this podcast. So there's a cold day in November. It wasn't so cold after all, just because of the interactions that I had. People warmed my heart, just being so nice and friendly to me. And I hope you enjoyed hearing about this experience. I hope this gives you the courage to go out there, have your own personal experiences, go out, go shopping. Maybe you'll luck out and find the stuff that you're looking for like I did. And let's hear some personal experiences. Let me know what you've done. And you can send an email to jenniferstalepodcast@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment where you found this episode. And until next time, this is Jennifer saying hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.